All right, folks, welcome back. GameStop has made a big move from 26 bucks up to $30 and change, $31.66. At one point here, GameStop was up, about 20% on the day, going from 26 bucks to $31.66. Now, I got to say, people are asking why. I think I know why. And let's put it this way. The last time that failures to deliver were closed on XRT, the ETF, GameStop made a big move, and this was in 2024, and so did AMC. Now we're seeing that same thing happen right now, and the last several times it has happened 2 to 3 days later. And just 3 days ago, this week, XRTs on failures to deliver dropped to zero. Well, not to zero, right? But a ton of it finally was taken off the reg show threshold securities list. So they dropped massively. A lot of the failures to deliver on XRT were covered, were returned. A lot of the failures to deliver were closed out for that's a better term. Hey, princess, 1 second. I'll be done in 1 minute. You're so crazy. But anyway, this is not unsurprising. And I had a good feeling that this was going to happen. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get anybody's hopes up or, make anybody make any stupid decisions based off of, what my speculation was. But now this is not the first nor the second time that I've seen this. When XRT is taken off the reg show threshold securities list, when XRT failures to deliver drop significantly, we see that stocks like GameStop move pretty heavily. Let me see what's up with AMC and see if it's doing the same thing. Let's take a peek. And yeah, you've seen the same exact chart right there. AMC went from, not quite as big of a move, but it is something that appears to have been happening for a couple of minutes now on AMC here. As the stock was at $295 a few days ago, reached $360 today. And this is a recurring theme here. Both of these stocks, AMC and GameStop, with the charts looking similar. Of course, GameStop's looking like a much bigger move right now, being up over 20%, whereas AMC is not up quite that much. I guess it is over. If you look at it over the last 3 days, it is up about 20%. But yeah, the GameStop move is happening right now in the after hours. Well, I'm on the daily chart right now. Naturally, I'm not taking into account everything we've seen there in the last several weeks. This is only talking about right this very moment for GameStop, not about what's happened previously. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, guys. It looks like things are starting to be taken under control now. The stock's currently up at 29 bucks and 50 cents. Naturally, in case you're wondering, why do these moves happen in the after hours? Because there are fewer people paying attention. There are fewer retail investors paying attention, and because people cannot sell their people cannot sell their options after hours, because options contracts have a limited time window. Most options contracts cannot be sold after 30 minutes after the market closes, and it appears as if this move is happening. It began about 35 minutes after the market closed, so that is not surprising whatsoever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you with that. You can speculate on it yourself. Go look up the historic failures to deliver on XRT and the historic movements on the charts for GameStop. Now, I'm not saying that this is something that is going to continue, but I wasn't surprised to see this. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them, try to crush this price back down to around $27 before the market opens tomorrow, so that more people are not able to profit off of their options contracts. When I say they, I mean market makers and hedge funds and other firms, prime brokerages that may be manipulating GameStop. Because in case you guys were unaware, I'll say one more thing, big thing. Archegos collapsed because of swap positions against GameStop and other firms, especially their short swaps. And a lot of other firms there, like Credit Suisse, of course, as their prime brokerage, as their bank, became insolvent. The market maker takes the other side of that short position via a swap derivative. And they use these swaps in order to prevent themselves from buying. However, a large number of these, the majority of these, in my opinion, of the swaps that were taken out by Gamestop have not yet been closed out.
1 second, Kelsey.
One moment, baby girl. I'll be done in a second. And because they have not been closed out, those swaps remain in perpetuity, continuously having to be rolled. And in order to prevent the short interest on a stock from increasing, the exchange traded funds, the ETFs like XRT and others that hold GameStop and AMC and such, are shorted. Because if you short the ETF, the short interest is not reported on the underlying asset, GameStop and AMC, but on the ETF itself. And if you use swaps to short it, GameStop and AMC, it shows up, it makes no difference whatsoever on the underlying asset's short interest. Hence why we say that swaps and derivatives are very likely to crash the market. And honestly, it would have already happened in January of 2021 had the brokerages not pulled the buy button on these stocks. And those derivatives remain a massive toxic issue for these banks and brokerages. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you with that. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, or if things go crazy, later on. Cheers, my friends.
Hi.
I'm still